the Radio Forest Podcast.
Hey, man, how's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. How have you been?
Busy this morning and just grooving. I'm going to play with my friend Joe Bonamassa and Simon Phillips today and do a session for the first time in a long time, so I'm looking forward to we're starting to bust out again, man. There might be a little light sunshine coming back in our world again with hope to play and return to society, so I'm praying and hoping that it's all going to work out.
What are you doing with Bonamassa? You said you're doing some studio work, or is it a show?
We're friends, and Simon Phillips, used to be in Toto, and he was played with Jeff Beck and The Who and everything. We're just having a fun play today with Derek Sheranian, who played with Dream Theater and stuff. So we just want to play some music for fun. You know what I mean?
Now, you've played on over 1,500 different records for almost 40 years. There's got to be songs you forgot you were even on.
No, I did forget, actually. When I put my book out a couple of years ago, they did research, and I don't know, they found a bunch of, I don't count them, man. It's a lot of records, man, over the years. I started doing this when I was a teenager in 1977, 76, 77, and never stopped until this pandemic, and it's been a very soul-searching and also time to reflect a little bit, because I never did, because I was been working nonstop in the studio or live since I was a little kid.
So when you played lead guitar on Beat It with Thriller and Eddie did the solo, did you and Eddie cut that together in the studio?
It was backwards. There was another version of the song, and Eddie cut the 2-inch tape, which negates linking up to all the rest of the tape, so Jeff Vaccaro and myself had to put the record back together with just Michael's comped lead vocal, Eddie's solo, and Michael hitting 2 and 4 on a drum case, and leakage from the headphones, and Jeff Vaccaro put together his own click track, did the drum part, then I did all the guitars and the bass part, and then we sent it to Quincy, and then we did some adjustments, and I went in and worked with Michael and Quincy on the rest of the overdubs, and Eddie had already done the solo, and the lead vocal was done, so it was a very bizarre way to make a record, and I never thought that was going to be a hit. I used to laugh at the title and stuff, But what do I know?
Do you find it times now that you want to reach out to Eddie or send him something or share something with him, and you kind of go to reach for the phone? Or
Well, it's gutted me, man. We were brothers for over 40 years, and no one loved him and respected him more than me. And we did it, we were really friends, it wasn't just like guitar buddies and stuff, we shared a big chunk of our lives together, and there's not a day that I don't miss him. I have a little area in my home that I have a great picture of him, and I look at it every day, and sometimes I cry, man.
Did you talk to Ringo about that at all? I'm sure he's lost people.
No, this is a tough time in my life, man. I'm at the age now where my friends are dying. I've lost a lot of best friends, some famous, some a lot not. And it's, when the wagons start, it's like now I've been home for almost 2 years. I want to play again. It's not about the money. It's about, I've been in a band since I was 9 years old. It's like water. I have to do this. One way or another, I got to play. We all do. Ringo, too. I'm going to go back on the road with him next year. And then Toto's going to be working from March on. God willing, this all stays the course,
You guys did a live stream, you guys as in Toto. That's been captured for vinyl, CD, DVD, Blu-ray. You ran through a lot of the Toto hits. You got a little cover, obviously, with the title.
Well, we did it as an experiment to try a new rhythm section to see how the old music would sound and just to play music, to see if it would work and just to get in a room. But, it was so bizarre. There was no audience and there was no production. It was like we got this little club in downtown L.A., and we just set up and played after a 10-day rehearsal. And we did the live stream, and it was really successful, and we got an offer to put it out. And since we didn't have any projects, I thought this would be a great way to introduce the new band, because it'll be the same band that's going to go on the road next year, along with a DVD companion piece with David Page, founding member, and my brother and partner still in the band. But he can't tour anymore due to medical reasons, but we still do everything. We talk to each other every morning. I wanted to see if it would work, and it did. In my opinion, it did. It can never be Toto in 1978. We lost 2 brothers. They passed away. I can't help that. Nobody mourns that more than me. But I got to carry on, man. I'm still here.
How many people now in Toto did you have on the stage? Because you've got drums and percussion.
8 people on stage or something. To recreate the music properly, we need everybody sings, which is a big plus. For the first time, actually, and that's really been helpful, and that's what helped fatten up the sound. But But, all we know how to do is play live, Nobody's coming to the shows to see me in my jeans, you know what I mean?
Toto has 1 billion streams on Spotify, more than that.
Actually, we have 3 billion, but 1 billion on Africa alone. To know that many people are listening, it's not really financially incredible like it used to be in the old days, but at the same time, it brings people to the shows to see the band again. It's a different world. We've all had to change how things go. It's out of our hands. We just want to keep playing.
Yeah, 3 billion combined, 87 million views on YouTube, and then you didn't put it on the new album. How did you pick the set list?
That was due to some legalities and having to pay an absorbent license fees to somebody that doesn't like us. And it was just easier to leave it off. We're going to play it live, man.
Of course, yeah.
It was just litigation and weirdness, and I just didn't want to avoid the problem. I mean, come on. Everybody knows we're going to play that. Everybody's heard a lot of versions of it. I think we could skip it once.
Now, when I talked to Joseph Williams, lead singer of Toto, and we had talked about the Weezer cover, and he thought it was super cool, he kind of gave me the impression that when you guys did your version of Hash Pipe, he's like, either the guys didn't seem to like it or didn't really respond at all.
What happened was Universal bought it and shelved it so it wouldn't be in competition. They screwed us. So, fuck them, if you'll excuse the expression.
Record label wanted to bury your cover of Hash Pipe?
They did bury it. They bought it for $25,000, the one track we did, just as a wink back, It was done out of fun, just like they did their version as a joke, and look, it backfired on them. Now they got to play it every night,
Yeah.
But, it helped them, it helped us, and so we don't know them. I don't know them. I never met them. They didn't want to meet us. Okay, fine. But we helped them, they helped us, so all's well,
Again, we're talking to Steve Lukather from Toto. You've also got that recent solo release that you and Joseph Williams debuted on the same day. So you said some things are looking up. You're going to go on tour with Ringo.
Yeah, man, it's looking, assuming that, the virus doesn't go crazy again, all looks incredible starting in March next year. And like I said, this new DVD release is really just like an introduction to what's going to be coming. We've had to cancel a bunch of stuff twice already, so we're really trying to say, okay, let's get a realistic start date, which is March next year. We'll start rehearsals, and I got stuff with Ringo. We've been working on some new recording stuff with him, and he's a dear friend of mine that I cherish. And, we're just trying to get through this like everybody else.
Weren't you also obviously it's the Beatles, so probably a fan of all, but it was my impression that maybe Harrison was kind of the guy that really inspired you. Did you ever run into him?
No,
or?
I mean, I love George, and we did spend a little bit of time, quite some time together during the early 90s when we met, and I cherish that so much, because the Beatles are the reason why I started playing music in the first place. I never thought I'd get a chance to work with Paul, George, and Ringo, but I have. Unfortunately, John had passed by the time I got into the session thing, heavy, but those guys are the reason, man. That's it. It's a dream come true that I've had the honor to work with 3 of them and become close friends with Ringo especially. So, that's like a dream come true to me. It's almost an unattainable dream that I lucked out and worked out. I still pinch myself.
Recently, the band Journey debuted a new song, and I know your son...
Yeah, man, isn't it great? My son is getting married to Jonathan Cain's daughter. How's that?
Yeah, did they meet because of you, or is that through his own...
Well, kind of. I didn't have anything to do with it. My son is a great musician. He's working on new music right now. He's producing records. See, I'm really proud of him. And, he made that happen, man. I just was like going, wow, this is cool.
Now, how was it being stuck at home for so long with your 10-year-old son? You probably got more time than you ever had.
Well, that part of it has been great. But as far as me being a musician, it sucked. I've been playing in a band since I was 9 years old. It's what I do. It's not even about money. Of course, we all took a hit. Everybody in the world took a hit. But that's, I saved money. Fortunately, I got smart when I got older and got divorced and screwed over a couple times. You start to learn the hard way. But, so fortunately for me, I've had a long career, and money comes in to keep me alive, just during this time. I don't live above my means. I'm not a showy guy. I'm not like, oh, come look at my mansion and my 40 cars. And, you kind of get over that early. Happy to have a career, I'm still happy to be doing this, and there's an audience out there for us to play.
So what do you spend your money on? Guitars or family? Or
Yeah, I pay the rent I pay the rent for a lot of people every month.
Is that through different lawsuits against the band and the music industry?
No,
or
divorce, lawsuits, all kinds of craziness, man. Welcome to show business.
All right, so we've got the new album out with a little help from my friends. A live recording captured, you said, at a club in L.A., kind of the debut of the new lineup for Toto. So these are the guys that are going to go out on the road next year?
Yes, that's the band. That's why we did it, to see if it would work, and as a calling card for people to know what they're going to get. You know what I mean? Want to see it's the 15th version of the band in 45 years. So some of it we can't help because two brothers passed away. I mean, what do you do with that? Do I just give up? I didn't want to do that. We took a lot of time to reflect, but, it doesn't bring them back to not play the music. And there's tribute bands. Why shouldn't we go do it, So you've
got this live album. You've got your solo release. Joseph Williams, like I said, same day solo release.
Yeah, we did that on purpose as kind of it just worked out great. Well, we're going to go out and play anyway. And then David Page, the founding member, came in and said, go out and use the name, man. We had to pay him a lot of money for litigation. Let's go try to make some money back. So from that point of view, yeah, we got to do that. From the other point of view, my soul was like, I got to play.
Steve Lukather, I appreciate the time today. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, man. Have a great day. Bye.